Thanks for joining us. I know the opening ceremony is just days away. How's the preparation going so far?
Oh my gosh, the team has been working so hard, hours and hours and hours, and I can see it on their faces. They're tired, but now it's the home stretch, and I think it looks so good.
Would you tell us some details?
You know, the preparations have been going now for months, and it's just a huge, huge production. Technology used incredibly well, but the human performance always brings it to life. Lots of beautiful dance and beautiful choreography that gives it such personality.
Chief producer Sha Xiaolan also mentioned that the theme of the opening ceremony is, I hope my translation is right, Tidal Asia. So would you tell us what it means?
You know, Mr. Shah has been the lead creative on this ceremony, and he sculpted a story that has 3 different chapters. And it's really beautiful, kind of touching upon ancient and modern Hangzhou, going into the way that the mascots and the sport interact in this space, and then celebrating all of Asia together, and this kind of common bond between all the Asian nations. And I think he's done a masterful job.
The opening ceremony is on the same day as one of the Chinese 24 solar terms, the autumnal equinox, Qiufen. Will there be any special designs related to that?
There is a special design. I won't give it away before, but there is a design that connects to the autumn harvest, and it's a very, very special day in Chinese culture.
You've traveled to so many cities around the world, trying to bring out the uniqueness. So how did you approach Hangzhou?
You know, the magic of a ceremony is it pulls its soul from the people, from its host, from the Chinese culture. And there's an amazingly talented Chinese team that has imagined these ceremonies. And I like to say our job is to help polish, you know, give it a little bit of polish and help the creative team see some things from our history. If we put a little more lighting here or a little bit of emphasis in the graphics here, it just makes it a little better. But the ideas and the fundamental drive and creative is all from Chinese minds.
How long have you been in Hangzhou?
I've been back and forth to Hangzhou. Now, I guess we've been working on this for almost 3 years across the project, and back and forth, kind of touching it at various points to help and make it very successful.
What's your impression of the city?
I love Hangzhou. I came to Hangzhou, oh my gosh, 15 years ago to West Lake. When I was first exploring China, it was one of the magic places that I wanted to see. And so I made a trip here just for leisure when I was working on a project in Beijing, and I always enjoyed the city, and it's a pleasure to be back. I mean, the West Lake is magical. It's magical for the Chinese people, and it's magical for foreigners to see this beautiful setting, but also this hub of culture. So to me, that always stands out. And of course, it's a technology hub and an ancient hub at the same time. So it lives in 2 worlds.
Would the opening ceremony also relate to the traditional side and the technological side of the city?
You'll see both in this opening ceremony, and I think a nice balance, as Hangzhou is balanced. It's modern and it's very contemporary, but it has ancient traditions that are honored.
The lighting of the cauldron will be both digitally and in reality. How would that work?
Well, Mr. Shah had a beautiful idea to involve the people of China and even abroad in the lighting of the cauldron. And so there's a digital torchbearer that you'll see when these games come to life. And it'll be the first ever. It's quite special.
Would you tell us more on the green notion that put into the opening ceremony?
You know, the commitment to the opening ceremony was to try to move the whole act of creating ceremonies toward a more green future. So there are some different things. We'll do digital fireworks for these ceremonies, which is an environmental statement in itself. So China's known for fireworks. We'll do some beautiful ones, but digitally.
Do you think there's a big difference between the Asian Games and the Olympic Games?
I have to say the difference between the Asian Games and the Olympic Games is non-existent here. They are the same quality, and the quality of the opening ceremony, I believe, is on par with any Olympic ceremony that you might see.